Hey, look! We're in Chicago!
Did you just laugh? I think this is the first time I've heard you do that.
I do it all the time. Well, usually it's in my head. And normally it's aimed at you two.
Ouch.
Did this guy tell you where to meet him specifically?
Well, crap. No, he didn't.
Well then, I guess this is where we start asking any late-night street crawlers for information.
How do you propose we do that?
Find the nearest person and ask them about the girl who disappeared here recently. Pretty easy, actually. Just be direct, Alex. They won't bite. Well, maybe they won't. This town is pretty suspect.
Okay, fair enough. Let's give it a try. Well, I guess this is the place. So, do we just knock?
Let's give it a try. Worst comes to worst, he's sleeping and we wake him up.
Who are you guys?
I'm Alex. I come from the internet.
Oh, one sec. Come in. So hey, yeah, I'm Rory, but you probably figured that much out on your own. If not, why would I be letting you into my room? Anyway, what are your names?
I'm Alex. This is Vela and Michael.
No, I mean, what are your screen names? That's how I know all of you, so that'll be more beneficial.
Oh, I'm SNES Man 99. I think that's the first time I've had to say that out loud. Michael is Veriformer, and Vela isn't cool enough to go on the message board.
Hey, aren't you that girl? The one from Windway 87's post about the girl who's ripping up holes in reality in his town?
I am. But don't believe everything you read on the internet. You boys take that stuff too seriously.
Hey, I invented lying on the internet, so no need to warn me. Anyway, I'll have my eyes on you. Don't need you ripping a hole in my basement with your mind powers or whatever the hell it is you do.
Well, then just remain on my good side. So, Rory, tell us about your sister. When did she disappear?
My sister, she vanished about 3 weeks ago. Went to school one day, left school, and now she's gone. No crazy elevator video of her either, she's just gone.
Oh, did your parents get the police involved?
No, my parents aren't exactly what you call proactive. They aren't the types that jump to their kids' defense when they're in trouble.
Do you think it would be okay if we talked to them?
No, that wouldn't be okay. It's complicated.
I see. Well, who else knows that she's missing? This is extremely serious. A teenage girl goes missing and someone needs to be doing something about it.
Yeah, but it's... Yeah, okay, you're right. Where do we begin? Well, my sister Carrie started acting weird a few months back. She was having trouble with some girls at school, but nothing she couldn't handle. So one day, things get really weird when I find her in the attic. She was holding some of her baby toys, stuff that's been boxed up for years. I asked her what she was doing, and she said she needed them for gifts. Gifts for kids who had less than she did. So then she left. She took 7 things with her. After she vanished, I went around looking for her and I found her toys scattered everywhere. Anyway, the weird thing is, each place a toy was found, an accident happened there shortly after. One of the toys was left at an underpass, and the next day, a kid was killed when a car hit him. And I know that sounds like a coincidence, but then at a train station, a woman was robbed, and the guy who grabbed her purse ran into the tracks and got hit by, not the train, but a cop car that lost control and plowed into him. Anyway, this old lady had a heart attack and died the next day at the grocery store right on top of a sewage cap where another toy had been found. You can't tell me all of that is a coincidence.
Did anything happen to you personally when you went to these locations? Were you the one who found the toys?
Yeah, to both. But okay, let's just go to the places. I think it'd be best for me to show you myself. I have this theory about physicality and the nature of our universe. It has a lot to do with the temporal nature of our bodies. Basically, I think we all have a set number of days to be in our bodies, and they usually end with our bodies being destroyed. But sometimes, very rarely, we leave our bodies without dying.
What exactly happened to you, Rory? What makes you say this?
Okay, forget that for now. I can't explain it right now. Let's continue the tour. The elemental composition of the human body can be looked at from the point of view of either mass composition or atomic composition. The adult male human body is approximately 57% water, and water is 11% hydrogen by mass, but 67% if you count atoms. Most of the mass of the human body is oxygen, but most of the atoms in the human body are hydrogen atoms. What we love to forget is the soul when we talk about our makeup. I don't really believe in souls in a religious sense. I like to think about the soul as our mind. Have you ever imagined what it would be like if we successfully performed a brain transplant, but when the person woke up, they were exactly the same? Like, the brain is a physical part of the conscious, but the moment it's in a new body, the old soul, brain, or whatever enters back into the body and poof, we're back to being ourselves. Do people really know that the brain contains our thoughts? Yeah, and before you tell me about the science behind it, I know you're right. I just think about this from time to time.
You're a bit off on both your science and metaphysics, but you're onto something.
Vela didn't shoot him down. She didn't mock him. In my head, the rational part of my brain was already thinking of a variety of corrections to his ideas. But after this week, I knew pretty much anything was possible.
I can't do it here. Okay, let's go to the next spot. I'll try there. Sometimes it feels like my sister is still in her room upstairs. And I don't mean to suggest that I forget that she isn't there. It goes beyond that. There are times where I feel like she's physically there. Like, in the same way I can feel my foot is attached to my leg without actually having to touch it with my hand. But she isn't here right now. There is one more place we can check. This is right. I think I can do it here. Okay, someone lift the sewer cap with me.
You want to go down there?
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Boys, give him a hand.
Okay, so what I'm about to say might sound crazy, but I can prove my theory down here. I think my sister's soul is down here, so let's look for her.
Rory, I think you might be a bit... Okay, no, this will be fine. Let's look for her. I just want you to prepare yourself that what you find down here might not be her.
Whatever, but I know it's her.
Go to Shell! Alex!
Get out of my reality!
Alex! Righteous. Right in the manhole. Alex! Go to shell! Right in the manhole! Right in the manhole!
I kissed you. It's starting over. You feel so later. And you survived. No, you
I see you've settled into the mine dungeon quite well. Have you met the librarian? Oh, I guess you wouldn't. She's on floor 15. There is a girl who minds the place all by herself. Tell her the crow told you to come read old memories. She will show you the rest. Before you go, I feel like I should warn you about that girl. Ask whatever questions you want, but remember, she may not answer. There are things I cannot say, and things she certainly can't. However, keep asking questions. Ask as many as you can think of. That will be your job. Whenever you're not in the dungeon of the mind, you are free to do as you like. Understand?
Your face is screwed up in this window. Your face is screwed up in this window.
Oh, Rory, you are so wrong. So.
Can't you see her too? That's my sister. That's Carrie.
Oh shit! It's an entity! We need to get the hell out of here!
Wait. We need to remain calm. We need to try and talk to him.
Carrie, I brought some friends. This is Alex, Michael, and Bella. They're gonna help us.
Rory, that isn't your sister. It's...
Shut up! That's Carrie. Can't you feel it? It's so familiar. I can prove it. She understands what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking. I've never been this close to anyone. Trust me, it's her!
Rory, that's not Carrie. Rory, that's you.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
That's your soul survivor. Your spirit, your consciousness.
How can that be? I'm right here!
Vela, what the hell is going on? You need to explain this.
Rory, what really happened to your sister? Something about your story doesn't add up. Let me hear the truth. Rory, please. I'm here to help you. Did your sister really vanish?
No, she jumped off the overpass.
Rory, that's terrible. Why did she do it?
What the hell kind of question is that? It was those bastards at school. Stupid, shitty girls always ragging on her, going out of their way to make her feel bad, picking on her for being my sister. Ugh! This is all my fault. It's all because of me, because of what I'm like. You know?
How did you find this place, Rory? When did you first see your soul survivor?
It was 2 weeks after she died. I found her things. I came down there thinking she fell down, or something. I don't know. And then I thought about dying too. I wanted to die. I needed to get away from this world. I needed to find her.
But you knew she was dead, didn't you?
Of course. But
It's okay. You can tell me. I'm not judging anything you say here. Tell me all of it.
I surrendered myself to the ether. To the realm outside of this one. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Bella?
I do. Go on. What happened when you left your body?
I didn't get far. I separated from my physical form, and then I saw my body and my sister, which you say is me.
Did you leave the Earth?
I was so close. I was so far away. And then I saw it. The soul survivor. The entity. Whatever the hell you called it.
Rory, please listen to me carefully. You left your body when you surrendered yourself to your misery. You abandoned this physical form, and your soul was about to enter the soul space. But what you saw was not your sister. That soul over there is not hers. It is yours. I've traveled the soul space, and I understand what I am seeing when I look at the entities. I see the marks of your soul, and I can tell you that that is another you. Somewhere out there in the soul space, this you left his world and stumbled on yours. That's you from another plane. It's likely it was experiencing the same suffering as you.
What? I don't understand.
Vela, can you please explain what's going on here?
Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. I understand what you were feeling. This depression is unbearable. I can't take it anymore. The depression pain part is an unavoidable reality. But whether or not you can overcome it is up to you. You decide if you're going to keep going. Your sister is gone. There's no changing that. But traveling the soul space is incredibly dangerous, and if you're not careful, you'll end up like him. You can't help but feel the pain, but you can get through the suffering. That will go away. Look, I know it's easy for me to say. I'm not the one whose sister is dead. But you have to understand that I am telling you the true reality of the situation. You're playing with some otherworldly dangers here. Oh no. Is that... Damn it! Guys, we need to run!
Bella, will you tell me what the hell is going on? What is all this about?
I think it's a golden alpaca. Damn it, we need to run! Come on, let's get out of here!
Alpaca!
Lemonade.
Michael! Michael! Vanish! Michael!
It's starting over. It was later. It was a fight, but no, you had love.
What the hell was that thing? Why did we have to kill it? And what is going on? I've been sitting here for 30 minutes while you and Rory talked in riddles and ignored my questions. This is insane. What is a soul survivor?
Calm down, Alex. I'll explain it now. I haven't been intentionally leaving you in the dark, so don't act like I'm some anime character.
This is too much.
Deep breaths, Alex. Michael's taking this better than you are. By now you've seen enough visual proof that what I am going to tell you isn't a lie. I need you to understand that I don't have all the answers. I can only say what I know to be true from my experiences.
I get it. Spit it out already, Bella.
What you just saw was a soul survivor, or an entity. Both names are acceptable. These beings are a visual representation of a soul that has escaped from its body. You see, it is entirely possible for a human being to separate their soul from their body. In doing so, you leave behind your physical form, and more often, you can't retrieve it. The separation of mind, or soul if you will, from the body can only be achieved by accepting an existence of a non-physical nature. A human usually stumbles on this facet of reality after undergoing a transformation of a grave nature. In Rory's case, it was the loss of his sister that pushed him towards exchanging his physical nature for a metaphysical one. This is where things are about to get strange, so please bear with me. Our souls do not belong to ourselves, in the traditional sense of the word belong. Our souls are shared by otherworldly versions of you, me, and everyone else. There is an Alex out there, in another world, who has the same soul but different life experiences. A soul survivor is a soul that has left his physical form, as well as his reality, and entered into a world where a physical version of his or her soul already exists. Normally, when you abandon your physical form, you become an omnipotent entity who exists just in their own reality. You can't return to your body once you've left it behind. Soul survivors are souls whose realities have been destroyed, and they manage to leave their reality in hope of finding a physical form. So that being right there is Rory. A different Rory. One whose reality was destroyed, and he's attempted to find a physical reality to exist in.
But how do you know all this?
Because I have left my physical body, surfed, and explored the soul space, and come to understand the nature of the universe.
But you have a physical form. How did you return to your body when you say it isn't possible?
This is not my reality, Alex. There was another me here, and she left. I was able to take her physical space because her soul had already left this world.
And what is the soul space?
The soul space is... How do I explain this? Okay. Imagine a ring. In this ring is a series of worlds. When one world is destroyed, the soul space shrinks and the ring gets smaller. When a soul leaves their location in the soul space, another soul of the same origin, like another me, can take its place and regain physical form.
This is crazy. How did you figure all this out?
That's personal. Look, what leads people to find the soul space is different for each person, and I'm not going to share that with you.
This is all fine and shit, but it doesn't bring my sister back. Soul space, minds, realities, all that shit. Who even cares?
Rory, it's okay. Take a deep breath with me.
Cut it with the deep breaths. This isn't okay.
Let's get out of this sewer. I can explain this better in the fresh air.
We hear a faint electrical crackling, and a hint of life crosses behind the eyes of the sleeping figure. But as soon as it appears, it fades imperceptibly to a flicker. We confer on our thoughts on the machine and decide that there is activity inside of its circuits. We refrain from referring to it as alive, as logic and science dictate that this is only an emulation of life. This creature has no feelings, no desires, no wants.
The following week or so, my mood was strangely languid and serene. Bella's words buzzed in my ears, like a bee hovering around my head. It was waiting to sting, waiting to have its full impact. From my bedroom window, you could see blooming green leaves of summer popping up here and there on the rolling suburban hills, their branches reaching up to the sky like magic ropes. I hadn't spoken with Michael, Vella, or Rory in almost 8 days. Michael was stuck in his house, pretending to study for finals. And taking her cue from the other women in my life, Vella vanished. I'd gone to the Frankton arcade hoping to see her each day, but she wasn't around. I spoke with her manager, the Korean man, about Vella and Sammy, but he offered very little information. She said she needed to take some time off, so I gave it to her. Lots of help, thank you. See you later, jackass. I hadn't spoken with Rory since that night either. As soon as we got out, Vella went into depth on her soul survivors and metaphysics, and he ran off saying he needed to clear his head. And just like that, all alone again. I listened to cassette tapes of old music. Callum Bowen, Nikos Sakalakos, Andrew Allinson. As I listened to the soaring strings and strangely syncopated bass line of Symphony 7 in E-flat by Andrew Allinson, I replayed that night in my head. I believed Vella. I shouldn't have. It sounded like pseudo-religious bullshit. But I had seen the soul survivor with my own eyes, and I had seen Sammy vanish into the abyss of what looked like our universe. Where had she gone? Sammy. I missed her. I didn't know her really, but I felt like I did. In the unreal twilight hours in between sleep and waking, she slipped into my dreams. Got tangled in my thoughts, like the blankets tangled between my legs, her brain melting with mine. In the dreams, we didn't speak. In the dreams, we didn't do much of anything. I could just feel that she was there and that she understood. She had to still be out there. Out there in the soul space, maybe.
Shit. Okay, so listen up. Since a soul survivor has spent a lot of time down here, it's likely we're going to find some very strange things. Let's call them, breaks in reality. You may have seen some before, so relax. Don't freak out if you see them. Our goal is to get outside where we can talk safely.